Grant, this is not your average regular season game. These teams are fierce rivals.
Oh, yes, they are, B.A. I love playing in these type of games. I mean, the fans are extra loud. The players are fired up. This will be fun.
Let's check out Milwaukee's starting lineup. Inside, we have Giannis and Lopez. Lillard and Trent Jr. are the guards, and it's Kuzma in at the 3.
This is the variety of ways Lopez can hurt you. He can be in the pick and pop. He can be in the roll. A lot of options from the big man.
Here's Suggs. After the Bucks picking up a basket just moments ago. Banchero outside. Here's the 3. The rebound by the Bucks. Oh, and a fast break for the Bucks. Antetokounmpo, a screen on Wagner. And it's Lopez, that time on the assist from Antetokounmpo. Lopez has got his second bucket of the night.
And Giannis treating the defense like a magazine. Easy reading here for him.
Suggs, no good.
Well, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
And Grant, the combination of Giannis and Lillard, one of the most fearsome pick-and-roll tandems the league has ever seen.
You're spot on, B.A. You surround them with shooting, and you have the makings of an offensive juggernaut.
Now here's Lillard over Suggs. The shot by Lillard, no good.
And even though he couldn't send the shot back at him, he certainly altered it.
Yeah, that's the kind of energy that you want to see on every possession throughout the game.
Here's Banchero. Beyond the arc. On the wing, Caldwell Pope. Nails it from beyond the arc.
You got to stay connected to Caldwell Pope. He's a knockdown shooter, and he can get it going.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
I briefly spoke with Jamal Mosley. We discussed the challenges a player like Giannis Antetokounmpo presents for his defense, and coach responded saying he's a handful for sure. I told our guys to make sure we seal up any lanes to the basket and just try to make him beat us with his jumper. It won't be easy, but coach feels like they'll be able to make it a little more difficult for Giannis. Guys?
And Allie, thank you for that. Now here's Antetokounmpo. Pass to Lillard. Lopez, the screen. Back to Antetokounmpo. 6 to shoot. Over Banchero. Here's Kuzma. Goes back up with 1 on the clock. It's rebounded by Wagner. For Orlando, they've gone 2 of 6 to open up this game. Suggs, the pass to Caldwell Pope. Three-pointer. And again, it's the magic from deep.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
And the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Now here's Lillard. They need this. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo, and that one goes in.
Yeah, Damian Lillard, this is some Oaktown response. You make one, I got you back.
Brent, we've never seen a player like Giannis. How do you stop him, or how do you at least slow him down?
Well, B.A., there's a reason why I'm over here in a suit, and the coaches are over there in their suits. That's their job. And Giannis is just one of those guys you hope is having an off night. Force him into as many jump shots as you possibly can, but inside, Giannis is going to get there, and he's going to devastate you.
Here's Lillard. Pass to Lopez. And, yep, it's good. Lopez has got 7 points.
Nice find by Lillard. He deserves some recognition for that kind of passing.
Banchero against Kuzma. There's a screen. Suggs, left side. The kick out to Banchero. Wagner with a screen on Kuzma. And it's going to be a 24-second violation. They turn it over. The Bucks trail. Lillard with the ball. Pass to Lopez. Trent with it. Lopez, the screen. The 3 is up. They get the rebound. Lillard outside. To the inside. Second chance effort. And the layup good by Lopez. He's got 9.
Lopez is a big guy, which gives him a huge advantage on the interior.
For 3, Caldwell Pope. It's Milwaukee with a rebound. And the Bucks pushing it up now. And here's Lillard from beyond the arc. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo. And that one goes in. Antetokounmpo has got 3 assists tonight. Looking to win the run. And Wagner gets it to go.
And he did that so well in college. Suggs sharing it well in the league, too.
Just 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Lopez finds Trent. Back to Lopez. Kuzma outside. Pass to Trent. Clock at 6. Now Antetokounmpo. Got it off in time to beat the shot clock, but it's no good. It's been all about Brook Lopez for the Bucks. Hunting for opportunities. And some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Bucks.
Well, you got to be impressed with how selfless they've been so far. Their passing has been simply outstanding.
Well, I like that they've also emphasized the three-point line. That's a big difference maker.
Taking a look at the Bucks. Lillard and Trent Jr. are the guards. Inside we have Giannis and Lopez. And it's Kuzma in at the 3 slot.
And Lillard a flat-out gunner from deep because he's just a lethal shooter from way outside.
Well, after a decade of uncertainty, Magic fans now have a lot to cheer about.
This is the most optimism they've had around the team since the Dwight Howard era. And it centers around their young star, Paolo Banchero. He is going to be a force for a very long time.
Now here's Lillard. 9 points in the game. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Back to Lillard. And stolen by Suggs. And they're on the run. Count it. His 3rd and 5 attempts.
Yeah, nice initiative from Suggs. Seeing an easy scoring opportunity and pouncing on it.
And so Trent will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. Antetokounmpo against Banchero. Antetokounmpo, a screen on Wagner. Trent on the wing. Lillard outside. Shot clock at 6. Lillard not to be denied.
He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players playing today can do.
Suggs with it, and Lopez picks him up. Wagner outside. 3-pointer. Rebound, Milwaukee.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that kind of shot again here probably tonight.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Giannis Antetokounmpo wants to take on the tough assignments defensively. He said, quote, "I believe I'm one of the best two-way players to ever play this game, and I want to have that challenge, knowing that you gave everything to the game and you gave everything to stop the other team's best player."
He certainly wants to dominate in every way, Allie. Thank you. Now here's Lillard. He's got 11. And here's Lopez from the arc. Caldwell Pope pulls it in. Orlando leading by 3. Oh, a beautiful reverse layup. Caldwell Pope's got 8. Well, Brent, league-wide, more and more points being scored. You see that tapering off at any point?
BA, with all the rule changes and what we're seeing in terms of the skill set of players growing, I mean, the scoring is just going to keep going. How far can we go? I don't know. I feel like we're topping off a little bit. The only way we're going to score more points in the game is add more time to the clock.
Here's Orlando. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much. On the wing, Caldwell Pope fires the 3. Giannis with the rebound. The Bucks trail by 5. And the foul called on Jalen Suggs. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Screen by Antetokounmpo. Lopez for 3. And no good. For Orlando, they've got 5 of 7 shots to fall in the second. The 3 from Banchero. Rebounded by Kuzma. Kuzma's got 4 rebounds now. Grant, Kyle Kuzma is an instinctual scorer who gets it done in a variety of ways.
He's especially skilled inside the painted area, but he's a capable shooter from mid-range and beyond the arc. Plus, he's someone you can rely on in the clutch.
Now here's Suggs. Back to Caldwell Pope. Oh, he drains the three, and he'll go to the line for one more. Damian Lillard picks one up, and it's a completely new group for the Bucks. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Magic.
Well, we're in the era of the three-point basket. So if you want to win games in this league, you have to connect from deep, and they have been thus far.
The attack can come from a lot of ways, either execution or by just getting on the bounce and driving it in, and that's where they've been very effective tonight.
Now here's Green. Pass to Sims. Just 5 on the clock. Can they get it? And it's Orlando with a rebound.
You can't ask for a cleaner look than that. He just couldn't deliver.
For 3, Caldwell Pope. Hey, now 5 for 8. Shooting a pretty good percentage right now.
Just incredible. I mean, he's really making it rain out there, knocking them down one after another.
Kind of like he's in his living room right now. He's found a comfort zone. Once he gets that, the defense knows they're in trouble.
Here's De Silva. Here's Carter. Back to Isaac. Pass to De Silva. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call. Black's checked in for Orlando. The Bucks trail by 12. Porter, the pass to Portis. Jacks up a 3. He drops it from range. Portis has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Pass to Isaac. Out left to the wing. Carter, a screen on Green. They get it back. And it's slammed in by Carter.
And he's battling for everything, doing all he can to help extend their lead.
Just throwing down the putback with authority.
Team's having a tough time containing him, attacking all the way there.
23.
Thanks very much, Allie. We'll be back soon to start the second half of basketball. After a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second. Without question, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope displaying his skills today.
Through the first 2 quarters and change, his perimeter shooting continues to be spot on.
Yeah, you would hope the defense at least would start to consider creeping up on him just a little bit.
Isaac in at the 4 with Carter Jr. playing the 5. Then there's Anthony, and it's De Silva in at the 3, the small forward. That's who's out there for Orlando. Anthony misses. Bucks trail by 8. Stolen by Carter. Here's De Silva. Sinks it from distance. De Silva's got his first 3 points of the game.
This is intelligent basketball. Forcing a turnover and then immediately starting the fast break.
Portis down low. Carter's there. Now here's Portis. He's checked by Carter. Again, the Bucks. Good for 2.
Portis not afraid from the mid-range. That's where he can do some work.
And if you're just joining us, we've played just over a minute here in the third. Black passes to Isaac. Now Anthony. Carter, a screen on Porter. 4 on the clock. Oh, he tries a 3. Milwaukee with the rebound. Here's Prince. Pass to Portis. Porter with it. He's guarded by Anthony. Here's Portis. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. And over the last half-decade, Brent, Bobby Portis has been the best 6-man big you can find.
Yeah, pretty remarkable, B.A. He comes in, he gives you some great scoring in some stretches, plays some solid defense. He's got a lot of fire to his game. So this is the exact kind of guy that your team needs in the second unit.
Fires from deep. Outside for Porter. And he drives in. Pass to Sims. Second shot opportunity. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. It goes on Cole Anthony. Milwaukee shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. And he makes the first but misses the second. Orlando leading by 6. Here's Black. Knocks it down from distance. Black's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Brian, there are some players who felt the 65-game requirement for postseason awards was too high. The NBA's executive VP and head of operations, Joe Dumars, said, quote, "You're still allowed to miss 20% of the season. People pay to go, and they want to see their stars play." Brian, it's all about the fans.
True enough, Allie. Thanks. The Magic have got just 2 of 6 in the second half. From behind the arc. It's Milwaukee with a rebound. Sims has got his 6th rebound on the night. Now here's Portis. He's guarded closely. Pass to Sims. Shoots over Isaac. That one's good. Sims.
And Portis knows this system well. Tried to make the good to great pass.
Isaac with a screen on Prince. Black knocks down the triple. Black's got 6 points in the quarter.
Willing passers, unselfish play. You have to appreciate this kind of offense.
Now here's Portis. This one for 3. Oh, Carter with the block. Here we go, one-on-one. Carter, a screen on Prince. Isaac outside. Pass to De Silva. Picked by Isaac. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
Ooh, good defensive intensity, but you have to stay in control always.
And he sinks the second.
Taking 3 shots.
And he nails the third.
At this point, you might as well go ahead and chalk up the points when he's at the free throw line. Pretty much automatic.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Lillard outside. 56 seconds left in the third quarter. Antetokounmpo for 3. Yes, great play by Lillard to set it up. Lillard's got his 3rd assist of the night. Carter, the pass to Isaac, to the right side. Here's Black, guarded by Trent. Black, no good. The Bucks trail by 10. And he's going for the look. Look at Giannis go up and get it.
Yeah, you could throw that pass just about anywhere, even the top of the square for Giannis to go and get.
Carter, the pass to Anthony. Picked by Carter. Launches it. Anthony misses. And so it's Antetokounmpo with it. He brings it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. Lopez for 3. The rebound by Carter. Carter's got 4 rebounds in the game. Picked by Isaac. Here's Black. And another miss by Orlando. And so it's Orlando up by a healthy 8 points at the end of the period. And they push the tempo in this one, getting out and... And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th quarter. Taking a look at the Bucks. Inside, we have Giannis and Lopez. Lillard and Trent Jr. are the guards. And it's Kuzma in at the small forward position. Trent against Caldwell Pope. Wagner with a screen on Trent. Caldwell Pope for 3. Kicks it out to Wagner. From the arc. Kept alive. And Carroll left side. Back to Wagner. And that one is stuffed right through.
Already an excellent passer at his position. Carroll just loves showing off his court vision.
Pass to Lillard. few possessions into the fourth. Just over a minute played. No good on the three. Magic leading by 8. Wagner on the wing. Defended by Lillard. Corner shot. And Wagner gets it to go.
And just totally relentless. Only increasing the intensity level.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now trying to put this one away.
Back to Antetokounmpo. And here's Lopez from the arc. Sends it home from three-point land.
He does so much out there to stretch out the defense when he's out on the perimeter, and he drains the triple.
Here's Suggs. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
And how about the leaping ability of Suggs? Getting off the floor with such ease.
Here's Antetokounmpo. And Giannis throws it down.
I'll tell you, he is so tough to keep down once he gets near that rim.
Yeah, he can get up even a few notches higher. Suggs, the pass to Wagner. And here's Banchero. Inside. Pass to Caldwell Pope. Banchero with a screen on Trent. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. A touch under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. And he throws it down with one hand.
Nice basic one-hander there.
Hey, I think he got some extra bounce off the ground on that one. It's stolen by Trent in transition. Here come the Bucks. To the paint. Here's Lopez. And it's going to be a 3-second call. Magic leading by 5. Suggs, the pass to Banchero. It's stolen by Trent. And he's all alone. Here's Antetokounmpo. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
I don't know, 2 strides, 3 strides, what was that? Giannis covering some ground.
All right, guys, what do you think so far about the offensive approach for the Magic?
Well, they have owned the offensive perimeter throughout this game, finding lots of openings and turning them into big shots.
And there's been another bonus to what's happened with them tonight, and that's the offensive rebounding. They're boxing out, they're getting up extra shots. It could be a difference maker in the result.
Brent is checked in for the Bucks. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Jamal Mosley was saying to the team. He told the team he has complete faith in them, saying, we're right there, now we just got to make that push and really take hold of the game. We can do that. To me, it looked like his players are on the same page with him. Guys, back to you.
Allie, thank you. Here's Milwaukee. A big stretch here going, 10-2. Lopez, the screen on Suggs. Pass to Lopez to take the lead. And it's Orlando with the rebound.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Oh, they get a hand on it. Here's Banchero. Suggs surveys the D. Back to Banchero. 6 on the shot clock. The 3 ball. From distance, Paolo.
And stepping up when it's clutch time. That's a very mature play by the young Banchero.
Here's Lopez. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. That's on Mo Wagner.
And even from where we're sitting, you can clearly tell it was a foul.
He's off on the free throw, unable to get the second one to drop.
Just a tough miss at the line. They're down 2 baskets now.
Here's Wagner. The kick out to Banchero. Pass to Wagner. And stolen by Antetokounmpo. Lopez against Banchero. And there's the call on Banchero. So that'll be a second foul of the game. We're in the bonus. We'll go to the line to shoot 2.
At the line for the Bucks.
And he cannot convert on the second. That misses.
And by missing that free throw, now a 3 could even the score. not ideal.
Here's Banchero. Antetokounmpo grabs the board. And so it's Antetokounmpo with it. He brings it up for Milwaukee. They trail by 3. Lillard passes to Antetokounmpo. It's rebounded by Banchero. Orlando with the ball. Here's Caldwell Pope. Wagner outside. Now here's Caldwell Pope. And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those, so they get into the penalty.
That's just poor clock management defensively.
Here's Suggs. And now we've got an intentional foul.
Yeah, just trying to keep this game alive. Not a bad foul right there.
So the first one drops, and that gives him a 4-point cushion. And he hits both free throws here, and it's a 5-point game.
Yeah, that'll ice it right there. Not everybody can keep their composure at the line in such a big situation.
And here's Lopez from the arc, and he cans that one. So a close game here sees Orlando taking this one. That was an incredible night of hoops. A tremendous...
have here in the front court, Greg?
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
Look at the 76ers starting group. Embiid is out there with Paul George. Then there's Maxey. Then there's Oubre. And it's Grimes in at the two-guard position. Now, here's Banchero. George with the steal. Here's Grimes. He's covered by Suggs. Here's George. The 18-footer is right on the mark. George has got the first points up on the board here for the 76ers. They set the pick. Here's Suggs. Outside for Caldwell Pope. Banchero outside. Sinks the triple.
And this is the type of go-to scorer this team wants Banchero to be. They love his confidence.
Outside, Maxey. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Now here's Caldwell Pope. Fires the three. And it's Joel Embiid with the rebound. So, Stan, we watched Kentavious Caldwell Pope's career, and he's played for a handful of teams. And he's been a starter on multiple title teams, including the 2020 LA Lakers.
Yeah, Kevin, I loved coaching him. This guy is a hard worker. He's one of the best conditioned athletes in the league. His stamina is incredible. He knocks down threes. It's not a coincidence that he's been on championship teams in 2 different cities.
Amazing. And it's good for 2.
Bigger than your average guard, Suggs can score all around the floor, including down low.
Got that one up quick. Maxey's got 8 points.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm.
Now, here's Suggs. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Suggs against Maxey. Pass to Embiid. Now, here is George. Shot clock at 5, and it's in there. George has got his second bucket of the night.
A fantastic shooter from deep. George forces defenders out, and then that just opens up the driving lanes for him.
Wagner with a screen for Suggs.
2 minutes remaining.
Banchero against George. From the arc. Banchero, that's good. Banchero's got his second bucket.
And this is something Banchero continues to hone, wanting to become a dangerous threat from deep.
Pass to Oubre. The 3. And it's Wagner with the rebound. The Magic trail by 4. Caldwell Pope pass to Suggs. Exit out to Banchero. Wagner, a screen on Maxey. Offensive rebound. They swipe it. And Embiid with a clear path to the hoop.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
The Magic have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Now, here's Wagner. Still yet to score. And it's Joel Embiid with the rebound. Philadelphia leading by 6. Outside, George into the lane. And then George with the jam.
And putting his explosive athleticism on full display there. George is capable of some highlight reel dunks.
Philadelphia's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. George sets a screen for Oubre. 76ers with the new shot clock. Embiid. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends.
of the floor.
Obviously, guys, brilliant coaching, a perfect game plan.
Wagner with a screen for Suggs. The Magic again can't hit. Now Maxey. They set the pick. That will count. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. Tyrese Maxey. He's been the guy making. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the 76ers?
Well, you know, the analytics guys would tell you a team shouldn't be taking this many mid-range shots, but clearly they're shooting them with confidence.
And the other thing, I love how they're playing up tonight, getting into ball handlers and forcing some turnovers.
In the backcourt form, it'll be Suggs and Caldwell Pope. Wagner and Banchero are the forwards, and it's Wagner in at the 5 down low. That's who's out there for Orlando. Working his way from scout to head coach, Jamal Mosley was a longtime assistant under Rick Carlisle. He has paid his dues, Coach.
Yeah, and Kevin, I really admire the guys that put in the time, as you say, pay their dues and get themselves ready for when they get the opportunity. There's a lot of outstanding younger coaches in this league, and Jamal Mosley's as good as any of them.
Yep, I would agree. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, last season the Magic extended Coach Jamal Mosley's contract through 2028. He said, it's not about me. I just want each one of these guys to reach their full potential. This game has been good to all of us. I want to be part of maximizing how great they can be on and off the court. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you. Here's Grimes, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Yeah, I'd consider calling timeout right away after that one. The defense has to be better there.
Take your focus off Maxey for 1 second, and he will let it fly from out there.
And we've got a timeout called by Jamal Mosley. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. Pass to Caldwell Pope. Shot clock at 6. The Magic again can't hit. Now the 76ers with it. They're on an 11-3 run. Maxey kicks to Embiid. Here's Grimes. Outside, Maxey. Three-pointer. Orlando grabs the miss.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Count that one. Stan, I've always admired you come from a coaching family. Was there a point growing up you knew you wanted to be a coach?
Yeah, look, I loved being around the game, and so two things happened that drove me into coaching. Number one, I loved baseball, and I couldn't hit one, so that was out. And I wasn't a good enough basketball player to go on that way, so if I wanted to stay involved in the game, that's when I knew I wanted to be a coach.
But your dad had a little bit of that in his background. I say in a little kind of tongue-in-cheek, right? He was a guy that led the way in your interest there.
Yeah, my dad coached for over 40 years, and I think he had a great passion for it and always used to tell us that he never actually felt like he worked a day in his life. He loved it so much.
Following in his footsteps, terrific score. Here's Maxey. Following the basket by Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Knocks down the 3-ball.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible.
And how about Banchero showing some passion there, going in hard and finishing right at the rim? Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
So a new group on the floor for Orlando. And Philadelphia also making a switch. Kyle Lowry, he's checked in for Maxey. Now, here's Lowry. Out to the right wing. Pass to McCain. lets it go with the three. And it's Orlando with the rebound.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And here is Isaac. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Yeah, I like the concentration there. Isaac showing how skilled he is on the block. Feels like no one can stop him.
And Nick Nurse, Greg, the 26th head coach in 76ers franchise history.
And Kevin, known for his creativity and that outside-the-box thinking. I think it's a good fit with this forward-thinking front office.
Well, he knew the contact was coming. Drummond took it anyway and finished.
To the left side wing. Here's Black. The shot from the low post is good. Black's got his first bucket of the night.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Anthony against Lowry. 35 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Count it.
You gotta love the fearless attitude of Lowry. Nice job getting inside and executing.
Isaac a screen on Edwards. A second chance effort, and it's laid in by Isaac. Isaac's got 4 points in the quarter.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, they need to pay attention to the details. Second chance points are backbreakers.
No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. Buries it from three-point range. Edwards got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three. Here's De Silva, and the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers with an 18-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. The scoring. All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Wrong. They're measuring up the shot.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. You look at Tyrese Maxey in this one, guys. He has been everywhere.
Well, through the first two, he has been nothing short of a marksman from deep.
Yeah, he's been locked in tonight. Through the first two quarters, he's been a huge factor from outside.
And on the floor for Nick Nurse as we get into the second half. They've got Edwards. Andre Drummond is out there with Yabusele. Then there's Lowry. And it's McCain in at the shooting guard. Pass to Yabusele. Here's McCain. The 76ers need to get off a shot. Offensive rebound. The Magic trail by 18. Black the pass to Isaac. Here's De Silva. Hands it from downtown.
I tell you, Isaac has great vision for a big man. He can see over defenders easily thanks to that size.
Lowry feeling it out a bit. There's the three. Here's Drummond, and he uses the glass on the lane. Drummond's got his second bucket of the night.
Pursues the offensive glass with purpose. Drummond knows who he is, and boy, does he attack it.
Carter with the screen. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Lowry against Anthony. To the paint. Isaac with the steal. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. Lets the three fly. And goaltending is going to be the call. So they get the basket there anyway.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
So, Stan, we have a second-generation player in front of us, and next to us is Dad, Cole Anthony. He has his dad's gift, don't you think, for passing the ball?
Yeah, Kevin, and a lot more scoring gift than his dad had. You know, the thing I love about what Cole has done, though, I respect so much, is he's accepted that role coming off the bench, and he's been such a great weapon for them.
Anthony against Lowry. Here's the screen. Pass to Yabusele. And the 76ers get it back. Drummond, and the shot goes in. Drummond's got 4 points this quarter.
Yeah, secures the ball off the glass. Does a nice job going right back up.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, GA.
Kevin, thanks. For the NBA, content continues to be king. Commissioner Adam Silver says the biggest issue for streaming services is what's called churn. To cancel is just a click. So it's more pay for play these days. We have to focus on people staying with you and having great content throughout the year. Kevin?
Yeah, you know, he's doing a great job, isn't he, David? Thank you so much. And here we go with the Magic fast break. De Silva with the bucket. De Silva's got 5.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
Yeah, taking away the lead is never easy, but a rally like this is how you do it.
It's Edwards on the wing. Pass to Yabusele. From downtown, that shot misses.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
54 seconds left in the third. Back the pass to Isaac. And he's going to get whistled for that foul. Gee, that was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
And the 76ers with a completely new group now.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Well, converting on those transition opportunities is just so important.
The 76ers leading by 9. Embiid sets the pick for Maxey. There's the drive. Out left to the wing. Embiid against Wagner. Embiid dishes to Oubre. And Embiid, the bucket on the assist by Oubre. And it's an 11-point 76ers lead. Banchero, right side. Inside, Oubre with the steal. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Philadelphia ahead, up.
All right, Magic.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Here are the Magic now. Wagner and Banchero are the forwards. In the backcourt form, it'll be Suggs and Caldwell Pope. And it's Wagner in at the center position. That's who's out there for Orlando. Knocks it loose. And stolen by Wagner. Last break. Here come the Magic. Caldwell Pope for 3. It's hauled in by Paul George. The 76ers leading by 11. Greg, what a great time to be a fan of basketball. Not just in the NBA, but all over the world.
Absolutely, Kevin. The sport just continues to grow, and there's increased value being placed on all-around skill, even in youth basketball. And I think that bodes well for the future of the game. Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam.
Get up, Jalen Suggs. This guy also a terrific football player in high school.
Maxey looking it over. George with the screen on Suggs. Outside, George. 5 on the clock. Embiid in the corner. Off target with his 3. The Magic trail by 11. Here's Suggs. They get the rebound.
Yeah, but the defenders draped all over him. He just could not shake loose.
Oubre kicks to George. George sets a screen for Oubre. And that one's good, George.
Impressive mobility right there from George. He's fantastic at finding that space off the pick and roll.
Wagner from long range. And he's good on the three ball.
Yeah, that's what they want to see. He has to start asserting himself. They need him to take command of this game.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jalen Suggs. That'll be his second foul of the game. Here's Maxey. And slam dunk by Maxey.
Offensively, Maxey can be such a problem. He attacks you with that relentless energy.
Here's Suggs. And Suggs throws it down.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, you'll probably see more of them.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
Here's Maxey. That three off the mark. The Magic trail by 10. Banchero with the ball. Maxey covering. Banchero, that's good.
And this is what everyone wants to see. Banchero is attacking without hesitation on the offensive end.
Here's Maxey. Makes that one his sixth of the night. Shooting a very healthy 6 for 9.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit.
Philadelphia leading by 10. For 3, Oubre. Banchero grabs the board. Wagner from long range. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Pass to Maxey. Back to Embiid. This one for 3. Rebound by Paolo Banchero.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
The Magic again can't hit. And so it's Maxey who brings up the ball for the Philadelphia 76ers.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for the 76ers.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Tyrese Maxey.
He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
Outside, George, just 5 on the clock. Oubre inside the three-point line. Another miss by Philadelphia. On offense, here are the Magic. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Got it! And now they trail by just 4.
It's those kind of passes that bring up the entire team's confidence.
Pass to George for 3. Good on the three-point shot.
That last 3 must have bothered George a little bit. He goes to the arc with a purpose and fires off his answer.
And that one's good.
Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
So it's Philadelphia taking the W in a close one here. Thanks so much, David. And that'll do it, folks. For Stan.
matchup like this?
You know, B.A., it typically means we'll get a clean game. These guys have been around for a while and know how to take care of the basketball.
A look at the 76ers starting group. Paul George out there with Kelly Oubre. Then it's Joel Embiid. Then there's Tyrese Maxey. And it's Grimes in a shooting guard. Launches a three. And it's Maxey missing. Here's Trent. Pass to Lillard. Back to Trent. Fires the three. Ooh, almost had a 4-point play right there. But he'll go to the line with a chance for three. Well, Grant, there are few players in the league who can attack a defense from the logo, but Lillard is one of them.
Yeah, and he makes it look so easy. You have to pick him up at the half-court line, and it's been that way for about a decade.
And he nails the third. And here are the 76ers. Screen by Embiid. For three, Maxey. It's Milwaukee with a rebound. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
I was able to spend a few minutes with Doc Rivers. The biggest focus on the defensive end, the big man, Joel Embiid. Coach telling me that they've talked a lot about how to defend Embiid. They have a great film session on it, but at the end of the day, he said Joel is a monster down low, so there's only so much you can do. It'll be fun watching the process do his thing tonight, guys.
Thank you for that, Allie. Now here's Maxey. For three, George. Nice start for him, sinking his first shot.
Yeah, just a drop in the bucket for PG-13. He will roast you from the corners if you let him.
Antetokounmpo, a screen on Maxey. For three, here's Lillard. And another three for Milwaukee.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Maxey, that's good.
That is how you respond. Maxey with the three of his own.
Milwaukee has gone 2 of 2 at the perimeter. Pass to Lopez. Misses, and you know he wants that one back.
You got to move past that one. I mean, they'd want him to take that again.
Yeah, it's a great look for him. One they'll try and manufacture again. Those are the shots you want him to take.
Now here's Maxey. Puts up a three. And Philadelphia hits again from deep.
The pure shooting stroke of Maxey, gifted at draining it from outside the arc.
Despite Joel Embiid missing more than half of their games, Grant, the Sixers still won 47 games last season.
Yeah, B.A., and lots of credit goes to Tyrese Maxey, averaging over 26 points a game. Philadelphia also had some good depth, and that really helped. And he's playing the game with a certain flair right now.
Oh, he caps off the move with a little hang time on the rim. Now here's Lillard. 5 points in the game. Shot to stop the run. And Antetokounmpo with the stuff.
And look at Giannis using his length inside, allowing him to beat the contact and get the finish.
Nice ball movement there. That's how you break down the defense.
Here's Lillard. 3-point spread on the scoreboard.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
There's a minute 54 left in the first.
And get up, Dame. Mr. Lillard taking flight.
Embiid, a screen on Lillard. And looks like an illegal pick was set. That gets the ref's attention.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Look, guys get away with this all the time, but on this occasion, he got caught.
Antetokounmpo for three. Paul George pulls down the board.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Pass to Embiid. All sorts of time. It's Milwaukee with a rebound.
Oh, man, that's tough. That's definitely one he'd like back. Almost too wide open.
Now Antetokounmpo. George with it. Guarded by Antetokounmpo. Fast break, Philadelphia. And then Embiid with the dunk.
The big man out ahead. Embiid, I see you showing those wheels.
Lillard against Maxey. Lillard passes to Trent.
Philadelphia foul. Quentin Brown. First personal foul. Second team foul.
Trent outside. 6 to shoot. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Unloads. Gets an open look and hits it. Antetokounmpo has got his second bucket on the night.
You want to run your offense through him, a reliable scoring option.
Outside Maxey. Here's Embiid. The shot no good. Good work defensively by Lopez. 6-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. He's made 2 of his 3 attempts tonight.
First personal foul. Third team foul.
Ties it up, and his next one could give him the lead. And the free throw is good, now leading by 1.
And it's a luxury to have a great shooter like him at the line. Very rarely see him miss.
Maxey passes to Oubre. Maxey surveys. Got it. Good job in the low post. Maxey's got 10 points in the game.
What a finish from Maxey, getting it done right over the defense.
That'll count. What a performance for Tyrese Maxey. He has been the story for the Philadelphia 76ers. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for Philadelphia.
Well, so far, their long-range shooting has been the story, doing damage from deep.
Well, I've also really loved watching them connect from the in-between area. I mean, they're finding ways to do damage consistently from there.
So, on the floor for Philadelphia to kick off the second quarter. Paul George out there with Joel Embiid. Then there's Tyrese Maxey. Then there's Kelly Oubre. And it's Grimes in at the 2. The 3 is up and out of bounds. The Bucks will take it.
Yeah, a communication breakdown. 2 guys thinking in opposite directions. The pass winds up in the stands.
Trent on the wing. No made baskets yet. Pass to Lopez. Lillard outside. Clock at 6. Lets it fly from 18, and he hits the jumper. He's got 5.
And put your head down and go to work. That's what they need to do.
Yeah, when the game is up for grabs like this one has been, it's all about the attention to detail.
Already 5 lead changes here.
Speaks to how evenly matched these teams have been thus far.
Pass to Kuzma. Out of bounds, it'll go to the Sixers. Well, when you look at the forwards in this league, there are a lot more Grant Hill types out there these days, partner.
Well, thank you for the nice words, B.A. Of course, I took pride in my overall game. And over the last few decades or so, we've seen a bunch of guys playing the 3, 4, and 5 who can pass, dribble, and shoot. So it's fun to watch the game evolve.
Prince is checked in for the Bucks. Just over a minute has passed here in the second quarter. And it's Maxey missing. The Bucks trail. Pass to Lopez. From deep. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. The 76ers have gone just 1 of 3 to begin the second quarter. A nice shot by Grimes.
A great look provided by Embiid. The big man just dropping dimes.
Lillard passes to Prince. Yes, great play by Lillard to set it up. Lillard's got his 3rd assist of the night.
It's turned into a showdown here. Dueling from distance.
Take that, he says. I see your 3, and I'll raise you another 3.
Here's George. Antetokounmpo with the block.
Yeah, such an imposing defensive force. Giannis with the great timing on the rejection.
76ers foul.
It's his first trip to the line.
First personal foul. First team foul.
That free throw no good. Well, Grant, they say early in Giannis's career, he had to work not just on his game, but his attitude.
And that's true, B.A. It wasn't a bad attitude. He just lacked an edge. the ruthless mindset that all great players have. But man, once he got that edge, he never lost it. Oh my! That's why we have those breakaway rims.
Dude, he risked pulling the whole thing down to the floor right there. Antetokounmpo, a screen on Oubre. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Trent outside. The strong finish by Giannis.
He put a little flair on that one.
Yes, he did. Man, he's a strong finisher, huh? Embiid against Antetokounmpo. Back to Maxey. George, a screen on Lillard. Here's Maxey. Shot clock at 6. And that one goes in as he's fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts the free throw. And what a breakout 4th year for Tyrese Maxey. Named to his first All-Star game in 2024, Richard.
When the Sixers traded away James Harden, it really opened up things for Maxey. Gave him the ball more responsibility, and you know what? He showed up.
And Giannis with the jam.
The incomparable length. I mean, Giannis with those big strides and the reach to finish against anyone.
Embiid, a screen on Lopez. Pass to Embiid. Here's Grimes. Back to Embiid. Fires from the corner. Again, Philadelphia.
Oh, what a crafty move, causing the defender to pause right there.
Here's Prince. Now here's Lopez. Back to Prince. And Grimes pulls it down. Philadelphia leading by 4. Pass to Oubre from outside the arc. Nails it from 3. Oubre's got 5.
When he has that much space, he's a pretty good bet to nail the 3.
Antetokounmpo, pass to Trent. 4-3. Count it from distance. Trent's got himself on the board with a 3 there.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Here's Grimes, guarded by Trent. They set a pick. And here's Oubre from the arc. It's Milwaukee with a rebound. We've got 22 seconds left in the first half of this game. Antetokounmpo, right side. And it's off from 3-point range. Outside Maxey from downtown. No good that time. And Doc Rivers calls timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust.
On the court is your squad. Get loud, fans. The loudest fans get free tasers. Substitution on the court.
Here's Rollins. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close. Ali, as always, thank you. We'll be right back to begin the third quarter right after this.
Direct your attention to center court and get ready for the half-court shot. Drums. They're thinking about the shot.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one, as both teams trying to gain an edge. Without question, Tyrese Maxey displaying all his skills today.
Yeah, tonight he's done a great job of slashing through the lane and finishing.
And you love that mindset he has going at the rim. He hasn't settled for anything, and he's been the aggressor all game long.
They've got Kevin Porter. Prince is out there with Kyle Kuzma. Then there's Brook Lopez, and it's Rollins in at the point. That's the group from Milwaukee right now. Kuzma, that's good.
In a tight game, they wanted to make sure of that possession.
Here's Lowry. Well, Grant, from roster to coaching changes, the Bucks have been trying to become an even more elite team.
Yeah, teams are always tinkering now these days, BA. The Bucks know they are a high-level team. They want to dominate the competition on another level.
And the Bucks making a change here. Sims is checked in. And it's Porter with the ball for the Milwaukee Bucks. Trailing by 2. Here's the pick. The 3 from Prince. Drummond grabs the miss.
Defense dodged the bullet that time. Total breakdown.
With the drive, McCain. Tries again. And Drummond with the lay-in. And the 76ers lead by 4.
Stayed with it, and his effort is rewarded with the second chance bucket.
Bobby Portis is checked in for Sims.
First team foul. Now into the lineup for your Bucks. Number 9.
Here's Portis. Pass to Prince. Here's Rollins. Takes a 3.
Milwaukee foul. Brian Prince. First personal foul.
Philadelphia leading by 4. Lowry surveys the D. And here's Edwards. Pass to McCain. Out to the right wing. 6 on the shot clock. Good on the jump shot. And now it's a 6-point Philadelphia lead. Milwaukee's gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the third. Portis outside. Kuzma with a screen on Drummond. Portis gets the bucket.
This is that modern big man play. Tall guys who are comfortable draining shots from deep.
Lowry outside. Inside. Here's Drummond. Rebounded by the Bucks. Portis, the pass to Kuzma. Here's Drummond. Oh, a big slam right on Bobby Portis. Oh, man.
I love the hustle from Lowry there. Outstanding job prying the ball away.
And Andre Drummond is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul of the game. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter.
And you have to love it. The floor general taking things into his own hands.
Just the aggression they're looking for, man.
No doubt. That's the kind of play that can energize the whole team, and they will take it in a close game like this.
Bucks trail by 3. Poke loose. And stolen by Edwards. Deflects the pass.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Here we go. And he slams it in one-handed.
And you can tell they're in sync right now. Expertly turning the steal into fast break points.
Lowry outside. Driving inside. Uses the glass on the layup. Lowry's gotten his first points in this one.
A bulky, quick-footed guard. I love when Lowry takes initiative and dives inside.
Drummond against Portis. Doesn't go that time. Good work defensively by Drummond. And Kevin Porter picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game. Green's checked in for the Bucks.
First team foul. Coming onto the floor for your Bucks. Number 20, A.J. Green.
Here's McCain. He's guarded by Porter. We've got 1:08 left in the third quarter. And there's the screen. 6 to shoot. Late clock. The Sixers need to put one up here. Here's Kuzma. And that one's good. And Green with the assist. Kuzma's got 4 points this quarter. Lowry outside. Lets the 3 fly. And the three-pointer goes.
Well, Lowry can just pepper you with shots from the arc. He's got a talent for finding and making those looks.
Portis finds Kuzma, and he converts the layup. Kuzma's got 6.
It's not easy to work the ball inside in this league, but they've done it all night.
Drummond with the screen. The 3. And Drummond with the jam.
And when the game is this close, you have to go all out.
He certainly understands his role, huh? When the shot goes up, just crashes the offensive glass.
He's just giving them everything he has. It's why his teammates appreciate and enjoy playing with him.
It's Kuzma with the miss. Here's McCain. Misses the three. And that's it for the third quarter. Both teams scoring well as we head to the fourth. Philadelphia on top, up by 4. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
You've got to admire the vision just as much as the accuracy. Not many players can even spot that pass.
3 tense quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we get ready for the fourth. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, during that last break, I heard Doc Rivers as he talked with the team. He told his players he expects more from them at the line, saying, quote, keep drawing fouls, keep getting to the stripe. But when you do, you got to make it count. Not looking to give those freebies away. Back to you.
Appreciate the report, Allie. On the court for Philadelphia to start the fourth. They've got Joel Embiid, Paul George out there with Kelly Oubre. Then there's Tyrese Maxey, and it's Grimes in at the shooting guard position. And the basket by Trent. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Milwaukee.
They've been defending with excellent anticipation all game long. Just look at how many times they've managed to get their hands on the ball.
They're also finding a lot of points tonight off of transition play, running the floor and using the fast break to beat the defense.
And Giannis Antetokounmpo picks up that foul. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Here's Grimes, guarded by Trent. Shot clock at 6. George passes to Grimes from the baseline. Antetokounmpo grabs the board. Antetokounmpo's got 6 rebounds here tonight. We played just over a minute here in the fourth. And Lillard puts up a deep 3. Off the mark there with a 3.
The defense just giving him the easy look there. He's not going to miss that.
Look at Lillard making it look easy.
Yeah, Lillard is relentless on offense tonight, getting bucket after bucket for his team.
Embiid a screen on Lillard. To the inside. And stolen by Antetokounmpo. And the Bucks pushing it up now. Kuzma finds Antetokounmpo. Back to Kuzma. Pass to Antetokounmpo. 2 minutes gone by here in the fourth. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. Kelly Oubre picks one up.
Yeah, nice fake by Giannis. And as a defender, you just shake your head.
2 shots.
And so Antetokounmpo nails both of them. 76ers trail by 6. Embiid a screen on Lillard for 3. Maxey, bucket again. 7 for 12 and going at the defense.
Watch out when Maxey finds his groove like this. He'll just keep coming at you and at you.
Lillard against Maxey. Trent on the wing. Clock at 6. Over to the wing. Nice move. Again, Antetokounmpo missing. Philadelphia's got 7 of their 16 three-point attempts to go in. Embiid, high post. Pass to Grimes. Ooh, can't tie it up as that one's no good. The Bucks leading by 3. Lillard outside. Lets it go from deep. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Embiid's got 8 rebounds in the game. Maxey, and he dunks it down.
Attacking in a big moment. Maxey is not holding back.
For Milwaukee, they've gotten 3 of 7 attempts in this fourth quarter to fall. Kuzma Kuzma, the pass to Antetokounmpo. It's hauled in by the Sixers.
And you don't see that every day. Usually he'll convert when he gets that close to the rim.
Here's George, out of bounds. It'll go to the Bucks.
Oh, I see. Picking the worst time to lose control. This is why patience is the key in big moments, people.
Lillard outside. Kuzma, the pass to Antetokounmpo. Oh, and Giannis hammers it in.
And you could see early on that Giannis wanted to be aggressive. I mean, he's taken over at the offensive end.
There's a screen.
Milwaukee foul. Damian Lillard. Second personal foul. Second team foul.
Good on the first. And that brings him within 2 here.
The thing you love about Max is that he always has a smile when he's out there. He's enjoying himself, and he embraces the challenge that the game presents.
Brent is checked in for Milwaukee. Trent outside. Pass to Lillard from deep. Oh, he drained it from downtown.
And talk about stepping up in a big way.
What a huge play coming through when it matters most.
Here's Maxey. Count the basket and the foul. Damian Lillard picks one up.
When it comes down to crunch time, Maxey wants the ball in his hands.
Milwaukee making a switch here. Portis is checked in.
Just so reliable at the line. There was never a doubt that those were money.
And I think we'll see him milk the clock a bit.
Yeah, seems like the heady move right now.
Antetokounmpo surveys. The Bucks need to get up a shot here. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by George.
Great read to get a hand in there and disrupt the play.
Yeah, I think he was hoping to maybe even get the steal, but I agree. He's still got a good outcome.
Oubre with a steal. For 3, Maxey. Misses the 3. Antetokounmpo outside. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
And you have to try to make something happen. I mean, they have to be aggressive at this point, even if it's risking a foul.
And so both free throws good. And it's a 3-point game.
The last make was huge. Now, realistically, the worst-case scenario for them is OT.
And so it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. The pressure is on, and he's got a plan to share with his guys. Turning here to our analyst. What elements become the primary keys at this point?
They should have a play prepared for this scenario. Little time, you need a 3. Of course, the D will be guarding the line, but no one said it was going to be easy.
So it's a narrow victory for the Bucks, pulling it out for the W. That was an incredible night of hoops. A tremendous finish. Allie, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For Richard Jefferson.
You know, Clark, when you take a look at how these teams play, is it fair to expect a slower pace of the game?
I certainly think so, partner. I mean, both teams are extremely disciplined. They're not really interested in going up and down in a windshield wiper fashion. They value taking care of the ball and playing in the half court.
Now the starting group for Orlando. In the backcourt form, it'll be Suggs and Caldwell Pope. Both on the floor at the 3 and 5. It's the Wagner brothers, Franz and Mo. And it's Banchero in at the 4 spot. So the Orlando Magic able to put the first points up on the board. And so Milwaukee again turning it over.
I'm not sure whose fault that was, guys, but they need to get on the same page here.
For 3, Caldwell Pope. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
Love the rise and fire approach from KCP. Gotta be impressed with this guy's confidence.
Giannis' screen on Suggs. Lillard, the pass to Antetokounmpo. Back to Lillard. Clock at 4. Pass to Giannis. Trent outside. From deep. That shot, no good. Caldwell Pope with some nice D. And Greg, the way Orlando ended last season, it's really fueled their fire for this year.
Yeah, I mean, a tough loss to Cleveland in Game 7 of the opening round. But it's hard to win in this league without first incurring some battle scars.
Now Lillard, after Paolo Banchero misses from long range. Takes a 3. Banchero grabs the board. Orlando's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Pass to Suggs. Banchero, a screen on Lillard. Banchero finds Caldwell Pope. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Milwaukee has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Lillard way outside. No good from outside. Got the defender off his feet with the pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. Earlier, David Aldridge spoke with head coach Doc Rivers. What'd you find out, David?
Now, we spoke briefly about how critical it is to slow down Paolo Banchero. Coach said he can be a force on offense when he gets a couple to fall. The energy and effort from our guys has to be high if we want to contain him. See if that team can contain Banchero out there, guys. Back to you.
Okay, David, thanks. For Orlando, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Wagner with a screen for Suggs. Wagner passes to Wagner. And finished off by Wagner.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
And, you know, nothing like getting an opponent on the ropes early. You love that if you're on that side of the scoreboard, and they are landing some haymakers now.
Giannis with it. Defended now by Wagner. Shot to stop the run. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on Franz Wagner. Clark, we know the Bucks are a veteran team that has now leveraged their assets to try to win now.
And the question is, Kevin, do they have enough? There's a point at which veteran becomes a nicer way or a euphemism for old, especially in today's NBA. That can be a problem for you.
Now, here's Suggs. 5 points in the game. And Gary Trent gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Suggs against Lillard. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Boy, Jalen Suggs just playing right through contact. I love his energy and aggressiveness there.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the Magic?
To me, it's been the ball movement. That's been the key. I mean, going from good to great. Not settling for a good shot, making that extra pass, keeping the defense off balance, and taking great shots.
And guys, they've also done a great job generating offense from their defense, forcing turnovers and making the defense pay for those mistakes.
Now Suggs after the missed three from Bobby Portis. 6 on the shot clock. With the drive and the rejection by Giannis.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
Portis finds Antetokounmpo. Solid play on the low block, and that one's good. Antetokounmpo's got it back down to within single digits for the Bucks. No one near Banchero as he lets it go. Trains the three-pointer.
And he's got a nice fluid motion on his long-range shots. I think Banchero will be a consistent three-point shooter at the NBA level.
Now here's Portis. Portis a screen on Suggs. And it's Lillard missing. On offense, here are the Magic. They're on a 16-4 run. Here's Caldwell Pope. Antetokounmpo grabs the miss. Giannis has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Lillard against Banchero. And stolen by Portis. Lillard outside. Pass to Antetokounmpo. That shot off. Jalen Suggs has been leading the charge for Orlando. He notched 8 points. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And a very convincing performance from the Magic so far.
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
Yeah, and you know, so many of their hoops came off an assist, which is a good sign of ball movement and sharing that ball.
And so in the game for the Magic, Wagner and Banchero are the forwards. In the backcourt form, it'll be Suggs and Caldwell Pope. And it's Wagner in at the center. Throughout his career, Clark, Kentavious Caldwell Pope has proven himself to be a quality player.
He certainly has, and I love the way he plays. He's locked in all the time at both ends. Really not only understands his role, Kevin, but embraces it. He's out there to space the floor with his shooting and then provide a lot of energy and versatility on defense.
Incredible range. Lillard makes these deep shots look like they're effortless. And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Now here's Portis. Giannis with it. Picked up by Suggs. Giannis says, get off me.
Boy, the overwhelming strength of Giannis just excels at fighting his way through the defense. Very impressive.
Wagner passes to Caldwell Pope. Wagner with a screen for Caldwell Pope. That one, no good. Bucks trail by 15. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thanks. It's important to remember Damian Lillard was a 2-star prospect coming out of high school in Oakland. He says that the doubt I faced, what I found is I have true belief in myself. I poured a lot in and just continued to work. That's why when I struggle, I never waver because I know that I'm true to it. Eventually, I'm going to have my time. Kevin?
I think they call that game time. Hey, David, thank you. Antetokounmpo with the finish.
And Antetokounmpo is really an absolute terror in the open floor. I mean, love seeing a guy his size run the floor the way he does. Wow, impressive.
Banchero, a screen on Lillard. Trains it from beyond the arc. Caldwell Pope's got 6.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
That's tipped. Lillard surveying the D. 5 to shoot to the inside. And to Antetokounmpo. Giannis rips it down.
Giannis is a monster around the rim. Too easy there.
And Greg, 2 seasons ago, the Bucks ranked 1st in defensive rating. Last season, they dropped down to number 19.
Yeah, shifting defensive schemes, coaching changes, also swapping Drew Holiday for Damian Lillard. But they can and should be better than 19.
Outside Portis. Shoots over Wagner. Portis can't get it to go.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And again, it's the Magic from deep.
Pretty nimble play that time by Wagner, pulling up before the defense could get set to stop him.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Kuzma. Lillard from outside. Drills it from outside. Lillard's got a pair of triples in the second now for the Bucks.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Banchero outside. Wagner left side. And the foul called on Antetokounmpo. That is his first foul of the game. A new lineup here for the Bucks.
Substitution on the court.
1:03 left to play in the first half. Isaac is screened. A 3-ball. Black, no good. Bucks trail by 12. Green in the post. Working on Black. Pass to Livingston. Six to shoot. Carter pulls it in. Orlando's gone 4-7 on three-point shots in the second quarter. Isaac a screen on Lopez. Isaac with the ball. We've got 22 seconds left here in the second. Pass to Carter. Good for the basket. Starting off 1-for-1 with that shot.
Superb concentration from the big man there. Carter Jr. is experienced at converting difficult shots.
Lopez a screen on Anthony. Porter outside. There's Lopez with the three, and he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's Orlando sitting with a comfort. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime. Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. We're seeing a tremendous game from Jalen Suggs.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of it.
So with Lillard on the bench, here's the 5 for Doc Rivers right now. We've got Prince. Kevin Porter is out there with Green. Then it's Brook Lopez. And it's Livingston in at the 4. Now here's Lopez. Still scoreless. Lopez a screen on Anthony. Back to Lopez. Pass to Porter. From past the arc. Greg, you've been a part of some great contending teams over the years, but what's it like being on a team at the bottom of the standings with not a lot of hope for the regular season?
Well, Kevin, no one likes losing, but it can certainly take a toll. But it can also allow you to play more freely when you know you're bad and you're not having to deal with the pressure of expectations.
The shot's good from Lopez.
And with Lopez, he has such a soft touch from outside with his jump shot. One of the best shooting bigs in the league.
Pass to De Silva. It's in there. Anthony with the assist. De Silva's got his first bucket in this one. And so Green will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. They trail by 16. Prince setting a pick for Lopez. High post shot. And he hits the jump shot. Lopez has got 4 points in the quarter.
Just because Lopez is a big guy doesn't mean he can't knock that down.
Anthony with it. Now Green defending. And Prince comes to help. Here's Carter. And then Carter with the jam.
I'll tell you what, his vertical is awesome, off the charts. A short center who still makes his presence felt.
Here's Green. Can't cash in from close range. Magic leading by 16. Here's De Silva. Count it. Good. De Silva's got his second bucket of the game to go.
easy look provided by Wendell Carter Jr. Always helps when your bigs can share the rock.
And like a number of centers in today's NBA, Wendell Carter Jr. continues, Clark, to hone his three-point shooting.
Boy, I tell you what, Kevin, it's almost mandatory necessary for big guys nowadays to be able to knock down not only the mid-range jumper, but the three-point shot. Give credit to Carter Jr. for seeing this growing trend and then working to put it into his toolkit.
And here is Anthony after Taurean Prince hitting the three. Anthony with it, now guarded by Porter. They get it back, and Isaac throws it down.
At 6'10" and athletic, Isaac's a real threat on the offensive boards. That's why you got to box him out.
Outside, Green.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Pass to Livingston. Green deciding where to go with it. Going inside. That one drops for him.
That's a textbook example of how to move the ball. Boy, you got to love that action.
Here's Black, guarded by Green. The basket counts and one. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
Now here's Lopez. Pass to Porter. And finished off by Porter.
With his vert, Porter Jr. has no issues getting to the rim.
Orlando leading by 16. Isaac up top. He's covered by Livingston. Out to Carter. Outside Anthony. No good with the triple. The Bucks have gone 5 of 7 from the field in the third quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up. Driving in. Kicks it out to Prince. And up the court come the Magic on the break. A nice shot by Black. Black's got 7 now in this quarter. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stance for the Magic.
All game long, they've had active hands and really out in the passing lanes. And that aggression on defense has resulted in a ton of steals.
And I love the fact they kept the pressure on, really pushing that ball, running it up the floor. I love seeing that. A team staying aggressive even when they're playing well.
A new lineup here for the Bucks. Now, here's Suggs. Launches a three. Doesn't go for him. And here's Trent. Still without a basket. Pass to Portis. Down low. Here's Kuzma. And Kuzma slams it in.
You know, I think Kuzma's the kind of guy you've got to push out of the paint. When you don't, this is what happened.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
No problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
The Magic shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game. And so he makes both from the line.
And the future Suggs has is certainly promising. An effective combo guard who can really get it going at times.
Portis for three. Hits the three-point bomb. Portis has got 5.
It's important that you have big men who can shoot in this day and age, and this guy can really stretch the floor.
And so it's the Orlando Magic. Their lead at 15 going in. And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Bucks trail by 15. Fourth quarter on the floor for the Magic. Sliding in at the wing, we'll see Caldwell Pope and Wagner. Then there's Suggs. Then there's Banchero. And it's Bitadze. Highlight reels to come out of the Kumbo. My goodness.
How about the flash by Antetokounmpo? I mean, just an insanely talented athlete who loves to punish that rim.
Suggs looking around. Pass to Banchero. 4 on the shot clock. Over Giannis. And it's Banchero missing. Bucks shooting 52% from the floor. Nice work so far from them. Portis, the pass to Trent. Back to Portis. Kuzma against Wagner. It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. Milwaukee needs to get off the shot here. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Jonathan Isaac, he's checked in for the Magic.
Number 1, Jonathan Isaac.
Orlando leading by 13. Suggs passes to Caldwell Pope. Banchero a screen on Trent. Wagner outside. Pass to Suggs. Back to Wagner. And finished off by Wagner.
Wagner able to bounce to the rack and throw it down, and he'll do so just about any time he has the opportunity.
Suggs against Lillard. Now here's Kuzma. Driving inside. And he makes good on the way.
You know what? At 6'9", Kuzma is a terrific athlete, and he's very good at using that size and athleticism to knife through the defense.
Suggs with the ball. Lillard picks him up. Open shot by Banchero. Finds himself wide open and drills it. And the Magic lead by 15.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
And that one's good, Wagner.
Wagner knows how to handle his business inside, mainly due to how much confidence he brings to the court.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jalen Suggs. That is his first foul of the game. Brook Lopez is checked in for Milwaukee. The change for the Magic. Bitadze's checked in. To the middle. Here's Antetokounmpo. You know, you were talking about Giannis. He can put up 30 a game without taking many shots from the perimeter. That's a tall order these days, especially because he gets doubled every single time. Clark, what in the world is left for Giannis to accomplish at this point?
You know, Kevin, I don't know, quite honestly. I mean, perhaps more championships or MVPs. He's really done it all. Maybe a scoring title, but whatever he does from this point on, it's only going to add to what's been a Hall of Fame career.
And I've been impressed with the unselfishness, but also getting guys the ball where they can do something with it.
He is delivering a lot of room service times tonight. One sweet one after another.
Driving the lane, here's Suggs. Caldwell Pope outside. And there's a minute 45 left in the fourth quarter of this one. And Gary Trent gets the whistle that time.
Second personal foul.
That's foul number 2 for him. 1:44 left here in the fourth quarter. And that one's good, Suggs.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial.
To the paint. Here's Wagner. And finished off by Wagner.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Magic.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Jalen Suggs.
And the way he was able to dice up their D with his passing really made things easy for everyone else on his team.
Out of bounds, Milwaukee takes possession. The Bucks making a switch here. Portis is checked in.
Now into the lineup for your Bucks, number 9.
Bucks have gone 4 of 7 for the field since the beginning of the fourth. Three-pointer, Lillard. It's hauled in by the Magic.
Oof, rough shooting night tonight, but you can't fault him for the effort.
Wagner outside. Banchero outside. Wagner a screen on Giannis. The three-pointer no good. So it's the Bucks now. It's stolen by Banchero. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Count that bucket.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Boy, a fantastic performance. And I tell you something, I mean, you get roadkill, that's always a challenge in the NBA, no matter what. And they got it done. The ball distribution was there. I mean, outstanding work all the way around.
Now Banchero fires from way outside, and the miss. And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which they're
so important in the NBA.
It really is. I mean, there's always the risk of guys getting hurt throughout the season. So the teams know the value of having a very deep rotation, and they make the most of their bench, which is smart.
A look at the opening lineup for the Orlando Magic. Wagner and Banchero, the talented forward pair. The backcourt is Suggs and Caldwell Pope. And it's Bataze in at the center position. And here are the Sixers now, after the basket by Orlando. Maxey surveys. From behind the arc. Knocks down the long J.
Ooh, the range of Maxey is pretty impressive. He is consistent from beyond the arc.
Here's Wagner. Drives to the hoop. Can't get it to fall. Now Philadelphia with it. Oubre with it. Now guarded by Suggs. Oubre can't hit. First quarter of play, a minute in. Pass to Suggs. From deep three-point land. An absolute bomb from three-point range. Suggs has got 5 now.
Don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Embiid from outside. It's hauled in by the Magic.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Here's Suggs. Boom! He jams it straight down.
And how about the leaping ability of Suggs? Getting off the floor with such ease.
Coach, you look at someone like Jalen Suggs. Man, has he improved his shot.
Yeah, Brian, I think you've always loved the effort that he brings at the defensive end of the floor. But now he's a much more efficient shooter, much more decisive, and really understands his role.
You expect Embiid to find his points. He's a talented player who can score at will.
Back to Suggs. Banchero outside. Pass to Wagner. Shot clock at 5. From outside, off the mark. For Philadelphia, they've gone just 2 for 4 from the floor. Oubre can't hit. Maxey against Banchero. Jacks up a 3. Kicks it out to Wagner. Launches a 3. Suggs left side. On the wing, Suggs. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
What? Wait. Hey, dunks are always for the big boys.
Emphatic move by the point guard.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring options.
Now here's Suggs. 9 points in the game. Banchero with it. Guarded now by George. From outside the arc. And it's Banchero with a 3.
Yeah, boy, the confidence of this young man. Banchero with the moonshot.
Embiid from outside. He buries it from 3. Embiid's gotten his second bucket on the night.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Grimes. Misses the 3. Magic leading by 4. Wagner on the wing. Pass to Bataze. Here's Suggs. Back to Bataze. Beyond the arc. And it's Suggs with the 3. Suggs has got 12 points.
And not wasting any time here. Suggs is quick on the draw off the catch.
Maxey against Suggs. And that's good. Maxey for 3. 6 points for him.
Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, you do everything you can to get him the looks he needs.
Up top, Banchero. Back to Suggs. Banchero outside. Pass to Wagner. Oh, there's a killer two-hand slam.
A nice dime from Banchero there, wanting to work it over to his teammates whenever he can.
And it's Maxey missing.
Good shot, gone bad. Gotta finish there.
Here's Banchero. Suggs outside. There's the triple. And another 3 for Orlando.
Yeah, once Suggs gets hot, he's not easy to stop, especially when he's getting whatever shot he wants.
Maxey passes to Grimes. he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
That's his first.
The officials were right on top of that one.
Philadelphia shooting their first free throws of the night now. First free throw is good. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Suggs surveys the D. Here he goes. Back to Caldwell Pope. Oh, George with a steal. Jalen Suggs has been leading the charge for the Magic. He was dominant this quarter. Score. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. All right, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Magic.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
You know, another thing that has impressed me has been their numbers of points in the paint. Just dominating down there. They're just getting whatever shot they want in close.
Joel Embiid is out there with George. Then it's Maxey, then there's Kelly Oubre, and it's Grimes in at shooting guard. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia.
And that's a tough shot to defend when Maxey pops up out of nowhere.
Grant, you look at the development path of Franz Wagner. Not surprising he had an easier transition to the NBA.
Well, think about this, B.A. I mean, he played against men very early in Germany, splitting time in Euroball, and at Michigan let him really develop in multiple ways. So he's seen it all and is still so young.
Maxey passes to Grimes. Down to 5 on the shot clock. George is screen on Suggs. For 3, Maxey. It's rebounded by Wagner. And Suggs has got the ball here for the Orlando Magic. They lead by the biggest margin of the game at 9.
Yeah, nice initiative from Suggs. Seeing an easy scoring opportunity and pouncing on it.
Drains the triple.
Oh, you love the unselfishness. Makes the next pass and enables his team to capitalize on the possession.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
Caldwell Pope against Maxey. Fires from deep. They get it back. Pass to Banchero. Another shot. Boom! Banchero!
Ooh, getting up there. I mean, Banchero wants everyone to know he's a threat to hammer it down.
For 3, Maxey. Great D that time from Suggs. Orlando leading by 10. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Brian, the NBA draft is now split over 2 days. Commissioner Adam Silver said second-round picks have become increasingly important, and this allows teams more time between those picks, as well as a chance to reassess after the first round. Also, given the level of interest, it merited primetime coverage and exposure.
All right, Allie, thank you. It's been a hit. Maxey against Suggs. Maxey passes to Oubre. Here's Grimes. 6 to shoot. Oubre, a screen on Caldwell Pope. Philadelphia with another miss. Orlando has gotten 6 of 11 threes to go in this game. Banchero the screen. And Suggs, here we go. Oh, a nice one-handed slam right there.
They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. You love it.
Absolutely. They're playing their game and executing at a real high level. Everything is working for them right now.
Oubre with it. Now guarded by Suggs. Oubre can't hit.
Yeah, loose coverage by the defense, but he just couldn't make them pay.
Wagner finds Banchero. 1:52 left to play in the first half of basketball. Oh, his shooting remains on point. 3 for 4 thus far. Well, Grant, as you always say, in the playoffs, you need a player who can score in isolation.
That's true, B.A. And in a 7-game series, defenses disrupt your set offense. If your stars can go mano-a-mano and create something out of nothing, that's often the best you can get.
Oh, got that bucket in no time at all. Caldwell Pope's got his second basket of the night.
It's been an outstanding performance for them in just about every area.
Yeah, and to do it on the road, it shows how well prepared this team was coming into this contest.
Here's Suggs. Rebound by Philadelphia. Outside Maxey. Fires in the triple. Maxey's got 14 points for the game.
I mean, talk about spacing out a defense. Maxey can get to the cup at will and can also hit from well beyond the arc.
Oh, you gotta finish at the rim right there. You hate seeing those opportunities go to waste.
George outside. The kick out to Maxey. And stolen by Suggs. And here they come. Caldwell Pope for three. Drills it from deep. Caldwell Pope's got 8 points in the quarter.
And he did that so well in college. Suggs sharing it well in the league, too.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
And it's a completely new group for the 76ers. Lowry surveys the D. Pass to McCain. Three-pointer. The rebound by Carter. Here's Black. Picked by Carter. Launches it. Black, no good. Oh, rejected by Isaac. And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. Magic out in front, leading by 17. And we'll see you back here after the break. Third quarter action in just a bit. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it's been a runaway. Jalen Suggs with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Through the first two quarters and change, his perimeter shooting continues to be spot on.
Yeah, he's been locked in tonight. Through the first two quarters, he's been a huge factor from outside.
On the court for the Magic, Isaac in at the 4 with Carter Jr. playing the 5. Then it's Cole Anthony, and it's De Silva in at the 3, the small forward.
And that was a big man play by Isaac, going in with intention and dunking it.
He puts up a 3. Edwards pulls it in. 76ers trail by 19. Tipped. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Carter.
Nice deflection there. Really trying to disrupt their offensive flow.
Yeah, there's nothing easy on offense. Coaches love seeing that kind of hustle on the defensive end.
Lowry outside. Down low. And Drummond with the jam.
So much force. Easy money for Drummond.
Here's De Silva. And the 3 off target. The 76ers shooting around 39%. They'd like to get that higher. Edwards for 3. Orlando with a rebound. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. For 3. The rebound by Yabusele.
Defensive breakdown there, and they got lucky. He's not going to miss too many of those.
From deep. The rebound by Carter. Orlando leading by 17. Here's Isaac. And a nice finish on the layup.
Possessions that end with close looks, especially for guys like Isaac, those are key to winning games.
There's a screen. And the ball is tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
Violation. That'll be a jump ball.
Here we go, all alone. Shot's good by Black. Black's got his first basket.
They're really in control on both ends of the floor right now, forcing turnovers and finding easy points while the other guys struggle to keep up.
To the middle. Here's Drummond. And the jam by Drummond.
Just such a terrific dunker.
Man, born to fly, that's for sure. For 3, Anthony. Drummond grabs the miss. 76ers trail by 19. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
A new day. The Spurs' Victor Wembanyama said a few years back it was more of a guards game, but now it's come back to a big men's game. We've got guys all around the league who do a lot of stuff despite being very tall. It's the way the game changes. You just have to adapt. Brian, the gauntlet has been thrown.
And I like it. Good stuff, Allie. Thank you. De Silva with the bucket.
A good decision maker with the ball in his hands. Carter Jr. is a capable and willing distributor.
Pass to Edwards. Here's McCain. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
That's just a great pass. Excellent vision to see the open spot in the defense and lead him to the score.
Here's Black. Picked by Carter. De Silva. Off target from three-point range. Here we go, the Sixers on the break. There's the three. Rebound by the Magic. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have passed. From the arc. Buries it from three. Black's got 5 points now in the quarter.
That's inexcusable defense right there. You gotta contest the shot better than that.
Orlando leading by 20. The three is up. The rebound by Yabusele. Philadelphia has gone 1 of 4 here in the third from range. Oh, sweet move. And he takes it up and lays it in. He's got 5.
Where's the rim protection? That's just too easy for him.
Pass to De Silva. Isaac outside. Picked by Isaac. No good with the triple. 76ers trail by 18. Drummond with the screen. And here's Edwards outside. Out to Lowry. Here's Yabusele. Back to Lowry. 5 on the clock. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. It goes on Cole Anthony.
Lowry doesn't have much fear when it comes to drawing contact. All he's worried about is putting up points on the board.
We've got 22 seconds left in the third. And here's Caldwell Pope. Give him 8. Pass to Banchero. All alone. And all around the rim that time before dropping. Banchero's got 9.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
And here at the end of the third, it's a double-digit ball game. Orlando ahead. They lead by 18. And we've got more action coming your way after this break. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And he definitely deserves the award. Reading the defense like a point guard.
Well, his height gives him the ability to see the floor, and he makes a quick decision and a great pass.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. Suggs is checked in for Black. They've got Joel Embiid. George out there with Kelly Oubre. Then it's Maxey, and it's Grimes in at the 2. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Sinks the tray. All right, Stan, as you look around the league, who stands out as the best perimeter defender right now?
There's so many good ones. OG Anunoby might be the most versatile. Drew Holiday, Derek White, KCP. Don't forget about guys like Aaron Gordon and Herb Jones, also outstanding. Well, we've all had those as coaches. That's a no, 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 yes type of shot.
They set the pick. For 3, Maxey. And that basket makes him 6 for 11, shooting a good percentage.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open from beyond the arc.
The 3 from Banchero. Rebound by Philadelphia. Embiid's got 4 rebounds now. And stolen by Banchero. Outside, Caldwell Pope. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock. And a two-handed jam.
Oh, that was nasty. A two-hand mega slam.
Man, I don't think anyone was going to stop him there. Three-pointer Embiid. It's rebounded by Banchero. Banchero's got 4 rebounds now. It's Suggs with a drive. Here's Caldwell Pope. And there are the Magic with another bucket.
And a smart feed from Suggs. The defense making it easy, leaving his teammate open.
Maxey passes to Embiid. Drained it for 2 points.
The assist from Tyrese.
And Suggs has got the ball here for the Orlando Magic. Just under 2.5 minutes gone by now in the final quarter. Pass to Caldwell Pope. The three. He gets it. He's 7 for 8 and really going at him out there. Philadelphia's gone 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter. The three. And it's Maxey missing. Orlando's gone 2 of 3 from beyond the arc here in the fourth. Now Suggs. Pass to Wagner. Suggs outside. Shot clock at 6. Caldwell Pope's shot is off. Here's Oubre. Finished off the break.
And the defense had no chance trying to stop him there. Just punishing them on the break.
Suggs outside. 1:46 left in the fourth quarter here. Banchero no good.
You won't see him miss that one too many times.
Yeah, it was a great look. Sometimes they don't fall. You've just got to keep taking great shots.
Here's Suggs driving in. Excellent D there from Embiid.
Nice work defensively to contest that shot right at the rim. Nothing easy.
It's safe to say they have dominated this game. The game wasn't even as close as the score says in a great win for the Magic.
And the disparity in the talent was obvious by the end. Sometimes you just don't have enough ammunition to compete.
Yeah, B.A., just a total beatdown. And the next time these teams meet, I can't imagine it'll be any different.
And even the opposing fans can't deny this was a sensational game for Jalen Suggs.
Yeah, and I loved his attitude tonight. He really had that scorer's mentality. Absolutely no one was stopping him.
And Carroll passes to Caldwell Pope. From downtown. Rebound by the 76ers. And here are the 76ers. They're on an 11-3 run. Back to Embiid. And the 76ers tack on 2 more. Here's Suggs. 8-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. To the wing on the left. Fires the 3. Matase can't hit. Here's Grimes. So no problem for Orlando as they get the win. They have to feel good about this performance.
matchup in this one.
Yeah, I love to see skilled bigs dueling down low. Kind of a throwback in some ways, but there's still plenty of physicality in the modern game.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. The guard and off guard are Lillard and Trent. The post pair, the longtime duo of Antetokounmpo and Lopez. And it's Kuzma in at the small forward position. Now here's Lillard. After the miss from Joel Embiid. Pass to Giannis. For the three. Rebound by Joel Embiid.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
The 76ers with another miss. Milwaukee's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Kuzma kicks to Giannis. Giannis to the hoop. And the dunk by Giannis.
And that stride that you see from Giannis is just so effective out there getting around defenders.
Here's Maxey. Oubre on the wing. The shot's good on the assist by Jordan.
A great idea to get your secondary scorers involved early. This helps keep everybody engaged.
Yeah, and he's so from there, but when he's hitting from deep, it's a big confidence builder.
And how about the anticipation from the big fella? Embiid is one of the league's premier shot blockers.
Now, here's Lillard. Shoots the three. Buries the long-range jumper.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Well, Greg, it took 40 years, but the Bucks finally won their second NBA title back in 2021.
Yeah, and Kareem leading that 71 squad. Giannis was the man in 2021, averaging 35 and 13 during the finals, closing out the Suns with that 50-piece in Game 6.
That's a tough rebound if you don't have the length that he does, so the size paying off.
Oubre pulls it in. The 76ers have gotten only 1 of 6 shots to drop for them to start this game. Back to Embiid. He gets it in there.
What a great option he gives them on every possession.
If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Lillard, the pass to Antetokounmpo. Puts up a deep three. Lillard again missing.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
And that one's good. Maxey.
Take your focus off Maxey for 1 second, and he will let it fly from out there.
Kuzma with a screen on Embiid. Here's Antetokounmpo, and the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Oh, and how about squeezing the orange as tight as he could there before the stuff?
Yeah, no way he's going to lose that thing on the way up. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, I was able to talk with Nick Nurse for a minute, talking about Damian Lillard. Coach admitted they're zoned in with slowing him down. Coach said, we know how dangerous he can be. Now, we're prepared to mix it up and throw different defenders at him if possible. We don't want him to find his comfort zone. A difficult strategy to pull off, guys.
All right, David, thanks. Now Lopez, after the missed three from Tyrese Maxey. Lopez, no luck. And here's Embiid. Off target with his three. 1:12 left here in the opening quarter. Trent kicks to Giannis. Back to Trent. Over Maxey. Oubre with the steal. And now here's Oubre. Fast break chance. George with no one around. The 76ers with another miss. And it's Kuzma with the ball for Milwaukee. They trail by 1. Three-pointer, Lillard. Oubre pulls it in. And for the 76ers, they're shooting a pretty distressing 27% here in the early minutes.
And you do not want to be on the receiving end of that. Embiid throwing it down with some funk.
And Milwaukee has possession. 76ers getting the bucket. It's good.
Two teammates connecting right there. Slick feed.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Embiid sets the pick for Maxey. Pass to Embiid. Back to Maxey. Here's Grimes. 5 on the clock. And again, it's Philadelphia. There's Lopez with the 3. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. 76ers lead by 3. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And guys, what's your take so far in Philadelphia?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
George is out there with Joel Embiid. Then there's Oubre. Then there's Maxey. And it's Grimes in at the 2-guard spot. That's the group for Philadelphia to start the second quarter. This team has handed a lot of responsibility to Tyrese Maxey, but Greg, he's lived up to it.
And has grown very well into his role with the team. Shown that he can be a scorer all over the floor. Amazing to think how far he's come in such a short amount of time. It catches people off guard to see what a smooth stroke Lopez has for a big fella.
Lillard against Maxey. From deep, George hits it from three-point range. George has got the lead up to 5 now for the 76ers. The Bucks shooting 38% from the field, a pretty weak showing for them. Giannis dishes to Lopez. And there's the call on Joel Embiid. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
76ers on defense. Kuzma passes to Lopez. Shoots over Embiid. And Philadelphia grabs the miss.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yeah, that happens. Important thing is for players, just don't beat yourself up and make a miss like that cost you another play.
And one of the many ways Maxey can hurt you with his shooting, lightning fast on that release.
Here's Lopez. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Lopez has got 5 points now in the quarter. The 76ers leading by 6. Maxey looking it over. Pass to Grimes. Back to Maxey. Clock at 6. Philadelphia needs to get a shot off. Embiid from outside. That's miss number 3 for him. Now 2 for 5 from the floor. Kuzma against Oubre. Antetokounmpo, a screen on Oubre. Kuzma can't get it to go. Philadelphia's gone 2 or 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. It feels like every season, Brent, we set a record for pace in the NBA. Why do you think that is?
Well, I don't know, Kevin, if it's every team that's seeking pace. Although in every coach's press conference, you'll hear about them talking about playing faster and wanting to get out in transition. But that's where you take advantage of defenses most. Look, if you got a young team, open up the floodgates and let them run. Probably more success coming your way.
A Hail Mary for some, but Maxey makes the long shot look easy.
Trent, that's a 2-pointer. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Trent's got his second basket.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Oubre kicks to Maxey. Embiid with the screen on Lillard. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. And there's the drive. Oh!
Another reminder that Damian Lillard can be explosive, and we love it.
We've got 1:48 left in the first half of the game. George sets a screen for Maxey. Pass to George. Here's Grimes. 3-pointer. Up and in. Off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
And he sure can get off the floor.
He's one of the best in the business, absolutely. And so it's Maxey who brings up the ball for the 76ers. Out To the wing. Embiid finds Maxey. They grab their own miss. Embiid, no good.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Lillard surveying the D. Trent, left side, and the dunk by Giannis.
Antetokounmpo with a great read there in the screen and roll. He knew exactly when to back off the pick.
And that's basket number 4. He's taken 9 shots to this point.
Now, say what you will about the value of the three-pointer, but those close-in looks are always plan A. Every trip down, get to the paint, get deep, score.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Grimes. No good on the 3. Bucks trail by 6. Nobody near Lillard. Here's Antetokounmpo. Highlight reel stuff from Antetokounmpo. My goodness.
Yeah, not sure. I would think the first guy you want to box out would be Giannis.
Pass to Embiid. Oubre, a screen on Lopez. 3-pointer by Embiid. Tyrese Maxey. He's been the guy making things happen for the 76ers. He ends up dropping in 2 from distance, making a difference from long range in this one. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge. Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You look at Tyrese Maxey in this one, guys. He has been everywhere.
Well, through the first 2, he has been nothing short of a marksman from deep.
Yeah, you would hope the defense at least would start to consider creeping up on him just a little bit.
So with Lillard on the bench, here's the 5 for Doc Rivers right now. Bobby Portis out there with Green. Then there's Kevin Porter, and it's Taurean Prince, and it's Sims in at the 5 spot. Stolen away. Here's the break. Here's McCain. To the wing right side. Pass to Lowry. Fires the 3. Sims with the rebound. Bucks trail by 6. It's stolen by Edwards. Here we go. Lowry, nobody back. Drummond passes to Lowry. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. Here's McCain, defended by Portis. Here's Yabusele, just 5 to shoot. Fires for 3, traps in the tray. And it's a 9-point Philadelphia lead.
I tell you what, he came out of that locker room raring to go.
Prince, the pass to Green. A 3, and that's Prince. That time on the assist by Green.
3 points.
Prince has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Porter against Lowry. Outside, Edwards. Takes the 3. It's rebounded by Portis. Bucks trail by 6. Portis sets the pick for Prince. Lets it go from deep. And another 3 for Milwaukee.
Wow, Prince has a little daylight, and that shot looked true.
And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That's his first foul.
Yikes, that one stings there. Hurts so much more to turn the ball over, especially with how tight the game is.
To the middle. Deflects the pass. Prince kicks to Green. A solo fast break. Launches the 3. A nice shot by McCain. McCain's got 5 points now in the quarter.
He's very smart about spotting up in transition, and no one rotated over to contest that one.
Philadelphia leading by 6. Pass to Drummond. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. Beyond the arc. Offensive rebound. Here's Yabusele. With the teardrop, a nice shot by McCain. McCain's got 7.
Oh, such a field shot there.
Portis, the pass to Porter. Green with the ball. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
That's his first. Oh, the officials are all over that.
The Bucks shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
Green, 2 shots.
And both free throws good for Green.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
Lowry against Porter. Pass to McCain. Here's Yabusele. And he jams it with authority.
I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Portis sets the pick for Prince. It's up a 3. Hands it from downtown. Prince has got 9 points now in just the second half.
Well, if the defense is going to give that up, Taurean Prince is going to take full advantage of it.
Here's McCain. Yabusele kicks to Drummond. Lowry against Porter. Shot clock at 6. The tray. Outside for Lowry. Again, Philadelphia.
That set had a lot of rhythm, and that's at the hands of Kyle Lowry.
The Bucks trail by 7. Porter dishes to Sims. From deep, Prince. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Drummond's got rebound number 5 here tonight. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Yabusele passes to Drummond. And Lowry has it in the corner. And there's the call on Kevin Porter. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
8 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Maxey. That falls. Nice speed that time from George. George has got 3 assists now in this one. From deep, Prince. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's Philadelphia going into the break. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
The passing for the team becoming contagious, this time involving the big.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. We've got Kelly Oubre, Joel Embiid out there with Paul George. Then there's Maxey. And it's Grimes in at the shooting guard position. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. In the corner, it's Oubre. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
So big for this offense and crucial that Oubre can continue to knock it down from there.
Trent against Embiid. Deep 2 from Lopez. And that one's on target from the wing.
That's nice vision there. You see that pass, you make the feed before the defense has a chance to react, and that opens up a much better opportunity to score.
On the wing, George. Back to Maxey. George with the screen on Lillard. 6 on the shot clock. Oubre passes to Embiid. Tries it from 19. Rebound, Milwaukee.
Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense.
Antetokounmpo setting the pick for Trent. Set it up with the fake, but it's offline. The 76ers leading by 9. Lopez with the steal. For 3. And he's good on the 3-ball. Lopez has got 5 points now this quarter.
How about Lopez getting out as the big man with that kind of hustle in transition?
George with the screen on Trent. Grimes passes to Oubre. The 3-ball. Antetokounmpo grabs the miss. Giannis has got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. It's Trent on the wing, and it's out of bounds to the Bucks as Milwaukee retains possession. Lopez finds Trent over Maxey. That's good, and the 76ers lead is cut down to just 4 points with a bucket from Trent.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
Yeah, whether it's teammates or the coaching staff, hopefully a combination of both, but when it gets close, he's getting the ball.
Pass to Antetokounmpo for the 3. That one misses. He has made 7 of his 9 field goal attempts. George with the ball, and it's Trent picking him up. A 3-pointer is right on target.
Yeah, Paul George, no problem pulling up well behind the 3-point line to knock him down.
Got a piece of it, and stolen by Maxey. Fast break, Philadelphia. Here's Grimes. A 3-pointer off the mark. And here's Giannis. He'll bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. 7-point differential. And that one drops.
And you know, he knows he's the leader of this team. Giannis embracing the opportunity to come through with big basket.
Maxey, no good. The Bucks have gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. That one falls.
And Kuz on the cruise with that bucket.
And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Here's Maxey. It's George on the wing. Pass to Embiid. Shot clock at 6. Now Maxey. Covered by Lillard. 3-pointer. A rebound by the Bucks. Giannis has got 11 rebounds in the game. Trent kicks to Lopez. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Oubre outside. Now here's Embiid. 55 seconds left in the game. Maxey against Lopez. Lopez with the block.
No, that's out of there. Not a high riser, but Lopez using his frame. A smart block, if you will.
On offense here, the Bucks. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Lopez sets a screen for Lillard. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. Oubre with it. Now guarded by Antetokounmpo. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. George passes to Maxey. Just 4 to shoot. Back to George. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Paul George right now 1 step ahead of his defender using the old kick.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 5-point game.
Breathe easy now. The biggest free throws in the game, and he's coming through.
Lillard outside. Frames it from downtown.
For 3.
So it's the 76ers taking the win in a close game. All right, David, thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks.